everybody. Thank you so much for being here for another, what I'm sure is to be fantastic religion live stream, because, of course, you know us, we have an absolutely phenomenal guest with us this time around. As always, we want to thank to the stream, Andres Pavon. Thank you so much for coming, my friend. If you are familiar with Andres at all, you'll know that he is the creator of OATS, One and the Same. Film the Filmers, I'm sure you've probably seen that shirt. I know that one sticks out to me the most. Meta, I love that. Andres, thanks for coming. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good, man. Thank you so much for having me on the podcast. I really appreciate your time, appreciate Meta's time, and I appreciate you guys reaching out to give me a platform. So thank you.
Yeah, of course, man. You know, I also appreciate Meta's time as well. Thanks for being here, Meta.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate everything you do. If I can pay you for all you do, you'll be living very well. I cannot.
Meta, I do live very well, and it's because you pay me with love and support, and that's what it's all about, right?
Amen.
Good stuff.
All right, this one is going to be extra cheesy, I see.
Has to be sometimes. Yeah, you need a little extra cheese on the Royale, you know, every once in a while. Good stuff, guys. Well, Andres, thanks for being here. I'm really excited to talk to you today. I think usually the best way to start these conversations is just to straight up ask, how did you get into aggressive inline, my friend?
It's a great question. It's a little bit of a roundabout answer.
Okay.
Because I started off mostly skateboarding, but the direct answer to that is my older brother. My older brother had a pair of rollerblade tarmacs, and when he kind of fell out of skating or inline skating, I kind of found his skates and I started using those, and I ended up skating with just this rollerblader crew that I found out about in high school. But it's, for a very long time, I was a skateboarder, and even before I kind of discovered my brother's skates and started using them, I was hanging out with the rollerbladers but still skateboarding. So it was like this, I was in this weird in-between for a while, like this skating purgatory where they were like, you know, oh, you should get some skates. And I'm like, I don't have skates, so I'll just skateboard. But it was really cool because the crew that I had kind of grown up skateboarding with was kind of falling out of skateboarding. Mm-hmm. So like the rollerbladers had kind of taken me in, so that was really nice. And then the moment I found my brother's skates in the basement, I was like, oh, now I got skates. So it was just kind of on after that. And that was probably, like, I knew how to inline skate just from being a kid and having skates, but I didn't start aggressive inline skating probably till like my freshman going into sophomore year in high school. And I was just hooked after that. Like, I already had a foundation of skating, knowing how to skate, but once I was like, oh, I can grind things and jump things, yeah, it's over. And then I really never skateboarded again after that. It was kind of in 2004, 2005 when I really got into it.
Nice. Cool. You weren't fully aggressive.
Yeah. I swear, like I would use my skateboard here and there just to kind of get around, but after that it was just skates all. I didn't bring my skates to school because they didn't fit in my locker, but if they fit, I would have brought them.
Nice. What was your first thing to do aggressive skating?
My first, well, we used to skate a lot at one of the grammar schools. So the first thing that we would do is we would skate my friend's P-rail and the curves, always. And then,
oh, really? So straight up grinding.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I already had a pretty good foundation on how to skate because I had been skating or inline skating since I was a kid. But when I made the switch to aggressive, I was already comfortable on skates. So, and because the kids that I was skating with were already doing handrails and stuff anyway, I was like, I want to get there. So what do I need to do? So I immediately started jumping into grinding, and, you know, I didn't even know the names of the tricks. I think I can't remember exactly when I started, but I didn't want to do Mizu anymore and I wanted to do Mistral. But for some reason I was calling it a meow. And I was just like, watch this meow. I don't know. I didn't even know the names, but I wanted to do all the tricks. So that's how
me,
far
dude.
ahead I was in my mind.
Perfect.
Meow. I love that. Yep.
We can make it a thing if you want. Switch me out.
I always get Mistrial, Misfit, the other one that's out there somewhere. I always get those wrong, so I'll go with the meow. I'll call them all a meow, man. If you soul and you've got any kind of torque in that, we're just calling it a meow.
Yep.
Or
I
Bizu,
kind of dig it.
It is so painful. Because I can think of, it's like, when you describe a mistral, for me, it's like this position of sinking and like
Yep.
really digging down, but I cannot really do that with a meow,
Yeah. That's funny.
You know?
You heard it here first. It's a meow now.
It's a meow.
There you go.
Topside meow. Zero meow. I like it.
Meow only do meows.
And it's probably because I was just so excited on skating. Somebody probably said Mistrial or something, and I just heard meow in my mind, and I just ran with it. I just heard incorrectly, and I was like, watch this meow.
Yep.
Just for the record, I think the name has always been wrong. Because, like, to me, maybe it's because I'm too much into the wording of things, and Selena will be annoyed right now. But it will be like, it sounds like mistrial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When it's a it's a trick that you cannot. If you miss trying it, then it always hurts.
Yeah.
Especially on top side.
Yeah, that's true. Mistrial. Yeah. It's.
Too much. All right.
No.
Man,
that's like,
mistry is every time I try to do a mistrial, it's a mistry. So that works.
I love that.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Did you see yourself as invested as you are in blading when you did the full transition into aggressive?
Not really. I mean, when I first started skating, it was obviously fun, but I never in my life thought that I would be starting a small business, emceeing events, doing any kind of sponsorship, anything like that. Even, I was doing the podcasts on Instagram for a little while. I never really found myself in that space. Even the first time I emceed a competition, it was kind of by accident. So and then once it happens, you're kind of like, oh, this is pretty nice. I think I could get used to this. And once I emceed that competition, I was like, oh, I can probably do this a little bit more often. So then I started emceeing other competitions. And I never, to answer your question, I never really saw myself as like, I'm going to skate and I'm going to try to make a business in skating. It sort of just happened, and it was way later on, right? Where I kind of started to realize, how can I give back to skating, even if it's just lending my voice to do the MC thing, or creating a small business to just give back and add to the prize pot, or just donate product. Like that is really kind of where I fell into, but it wasn't necessarily something that I saw myself from the beginning. I know some people get into a culture and they're immediately like, I can make this work, I can definitely do this. But for me, it was kind of a slow burn, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I gotta say, I love the name One and the Same. I honestly, can I get a little story about where that came from? Was it just one of those things that's like out of nowhere, or was this something that took some brainstorming?
So this had been an idea in my mind, One and the Same, probably since like 2017, 2018. And it had just been kind of up there, and I had Googled it a few times to see if there was a One and the Same clothing, or there's definitely OATS out there, but OATS is just the acronym. But the One and the Same, nobody had really tapped into it. So after a little while, I figured, okay, One and the Same. And the reason I really liked that name and I wanted to stick with that name is just for the simple motto that we're all more alike than we think we are, right? Whether it's aggressive inline skating as your discipline, skateboarding, BMX, scootering, anything. We're all pretty much skating the same stuff, skating the same parks, in the same areas, and we all have the same kind of attitude towards what we do, the mental fortitude to have to really, try, even when you're not landing your trick or whatever. So my mind was, make something as universal as possible, one and the same, right? It's creating unity amongst any discipline. Rock climbers, right? Meta, like it's all the same type of mental fortitude that you need to really, continue failing until you finally land that trick, until you finally do whatever it is that you're kind of trying to do in that moment. So when I finally decided to come out as a brand, I actually started doing backyard shows, like music shows, and orchestrating live music. And if it's kind of like, if you know, because this was even before I put out my first piece of merch, I was hosting musicians in my backyard, and this was like 2018, I would say, is when it finally took off.
That's cool.
Yeah, if you do a deep dive on my Instagram, I still have one flyer from a basement show that I did right before COVID. So
Okay.
it wasn't during COVID, but it was right before COVID really took off.
You still doing those?
No, so I haven't in a really long. You have to go all the way down.
All the way down.
First post. I did for a while. I did a total of 4 shows, which was really, really nice, and it taught me a lot about just managing people, and really, that's the one right there, the yellow and black one. So this was a show that I did in my basement because it was kind of getting cold, and I had already done 2 big shows in my backyard. And what I was trying to do with this, and you can see the OATS logo there right under her hair, it says OATS Presents. This was really where it started. And what I wanted to do with this was just create a platform for all musicians, one and the same, still kind of the motto, but like you could play any music, you could poetry, even instrumental music, psychedelic music, anything that you wanted to do. I wanted to create that space for people to come. And one of the things early on with the backyard shows that I was doing was just to break even. I just wanted to use my space as a platform for everyone. So I would charge $5 for people to come, and that would pay for the pizza and the beer. And the first 2 shows, I kind of was in the red because I didn't really know what I was doing. The pizza that I got too much, too little. But during this show, I kind of had it all dialed in. And at this point, I was just breaking even, which is always what I wanted to do. Then COVID hit, so I really kind of fell out of this, where I was like, well, I don't want to be a super spreader event, as they were calling it back then, and have a bunch of people in my house or whatnot. So the next event that we did was actually with my friend Felicia, who owns a small business as well, and my friend Victor, who him and his mother own a hair salon. And the next ad after this one is a pop-up event that we did. And what we did was we rented out a space. We curated a ton of vendors to come and actually vend in this space. We had live music there. That was kind of what I was contributing to the event, was the live music portion. And then my friend, again, Felicia and Victor, they were doing all of the vendors and whatnot. And I had a bunch of my friends who are vendors, creatives. We had everything from vintage clothing. These are all the vendors that were there. My wife actually was selling food that day. We had a bunch of people that, believed in the vision, came out and actually supported the event. My friend Emily, Roller Chicken, was actually there selling skates, fixing skates. So it was still like this kind of mix of music, skating, vintage clothing. And then my friend Felicia, she does handmade clay earrings and other stuff as well. And she had friends that she had met in that scene. So we had people selling candles and all this other stuff. So it was a really nice mix of people. But this was kind of the second iteration of what was one and the same. And then after this, I got so pumped and so juiced on just like vending and these types of events that's when I started making merch. And the first piece of merch that I made was the Film the Filmers, which you referenced earlier. And that gray shirt, that's the first launch that I did. That's actually Andy Feliciano. Shout out to Andy.
Hey,
he's been a day one supporter. And it was just crazy because the reaction was so genuine and so just like people didn't even care what the hell the shirt said. They were like, give me one. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, film the filmers. They're like, I don't care, just give it to me. It looks cool. You know, and that's still something that blows me away, is that people will meet me and be like, oh, what is this? And you know, I'm like, oh, it's Film the Filmers. This is my company, one this in. And they're like, yeah, I'll buy one. Cool. And I'm just like, really? You don't want me to explain it more? Like, in my mind, it's just people are so willing to see somebody that's just excited to be part of the culture, and they want to just support it right away. So it was a kind of roundabout way to get into merch and kind of supporting this inline skating community directly. But it started with just events, event planning, and doing stuff like that, where I was like, man, I really want to not only put together these events, but I want to be one of the people that supports them, bends, and connects with the people that are coming to these events. So it was a really aha moment for me when I was like, all right, I'm gonna fully dive into this.
Nice, man. Yeah, I gotta say, when I stepped into blading at the beginning of 2022, one of the first media like shirts that really caught my attention, but the one that resonated with me the most is Film the Filmers. I mean, there's so many videographers that, more than anything, I think a lot of people now are obviously shooting their own footage or filming themselves, whether it be phone or they dabble in actual cameras now. But when you start filming yourself, you realize, man, I need someone who knows what they're doing to film me. So Film the Filmers, I live by that, man. I like to, especially at the skate park, if I see a skateboarder that's just like propping up their phone on like a shoe on top of a trash can, I'm like, first, I got a tripod, use my tripod if you want, but like, you want me to film you? You know, like, yeah, so I resonate with that a lot, man. I love it.
There's so many good bladers out there that have very shitty footage of amazing tricks.
And that the Film the Filmers kind of stems from something that I heard and I used to say, or still do say myself, is like, support the supporters, right? So somebody like yourself, Spook, or, you know, even you, Meta, the Proyecto Mexico, like that stuff is so great, and you know, you guys are contributing so much and putting out so much footage and really pushing the culture and showing the culture in a positive light, that it's a gentle reminder, the Film the Filmers, to like give back to those that are doing so much for us. Because a lot of times our videographers, our filmers will go out and they'll film without necessarily expecting somebody to film them or expecting anything in return. Sometimes they edit, produce, and put out content without necessarily expecting anything in return. So if you just take the 2 minutes to be like, hey man, you know, if you need me to film that for you or whatever, it can really, you know, oh yeah, sure, thanks, I was going to try this. You know, it can really change somebody's day. So I just really appreciated that Film the Filmers isn't necessarily inline specific. It's, again, more universal. Like, I've had snowboarders come up to me like, yo, that shirt's so sick. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know, this is my company, whatever. They're like, yeah, whenever we go on the mountain, nobody ever films me. I'm just filming everyone. So it's like something that's universal. So I'm glad it you know, you can resonate with the message. But it's like, I want it to not only kind of serve and support the inline community, but also go past that, where somebody can see it, resonate with it immediately, and then be like, hey, I'd love to support that. And that's kind of what it's always been. I as much as I love the inline community, and I would do anything for the inline community, I want to make sure that my merch is accessible to everyone, so that way, you know, we can collaborate in that way, where somebody could see that shirt, know it, love it, understand it, and then someone who has no tie to inline see that shirt and know it and love it too. So that's always kind of been the motto there.
Love that.
It's beautiful, because like, I think it's so many of us are focused on like aggressive skating being so unique, you know, but we don't really focus on the connectivities within everybody else that also does something similar to it. And I love how you were able to just put all the weaves together into that concept. It's really cool. Yeah.
That's always been the motto since day one, just connecting everybody, you know?
Love it.
So now tell us a little bit about what's happening.
All right, let me transform real quick.
Where's the motorcycle? Vroom, vroom.
Yeah, I know, right? The motorcycle. All right, so movement. I want to just say huge shout out to the Movement crew, Sam DeAngelis, Phil Gripper, you2 Meta. You guys are absolutely killing it. Absolutely.
I love them. But I'm not part of them, but I love
well,
them. Anything they do, I'll support it. I'll promote it. Like you,
absolutely, man. I just from day one they've been super just in your face. Like, hey, this is what we're doing. They're putting out edits. They're really a driving force, in my opinion. And the skaters are really good. Mm-hmm. So knowing that, one, they were open to collaborating with me was a blessing in and of itself. But a definitely huge shout out to Sam DeAngelis, who kind of orchestrated the collaboration, and then Phil Gripper, who was open to it and was very kind of nourishing to the collaboration. Because I've met Phil in the past, but we never really officially like connected, so it was all kind of through Instagram and whatnot. He was super helpful, super communicative, and even with down to picking the colors of the frames, the lenses, and all that stuff. It was super easy to work with Phil. But definitely big shout out also to Sam, who kind of made the collaboration happen, because I am very close with Sam. But essentially, this started as, I want to say a joke, half joke, where
oh wow,
that Sam and I had mentioned it to Sam, and then we were at the Brooklyn Blade Comp last year, and I had mentioned to Sam, I'm like, hey, do you think Phil would be down for a collaboration? And he's like, yeah, I know you mentioned it, I'll reach out to him. And Phil was super down. And essentially, we just kind of got to talking. He was like, all right, let me know what colors you like. And we went with this one. I like this one because, one, it has like this vintage kind of look to it. Mm-hmm. It looks almost like a whiskey color, and then I like how it complements the lens as well. And then once we were on board with the collab, he's like, all right, well, what logo do you want on the other side? And I thought about doing the circular OATS, but I kind of wanted to complement the letters here, right?
Good call.
Instead of just doing the circle, I ended up taking this, which, if you can see that, that's actually my wife's handwriting that I got digitized.
I love that.
Yeah, so she drew this in a notebook. I have the notebook here, but it's like, I don't know, in the middle of the notebook, so I won't try to find it. But I have the actual picture that she drew, and then I ended up sending this to my friend Felicia, and she digitized it, and we ended up doing a run of t-shirts and hoodies. And when this opportunity came, I was like, well, I want to kind of immortalize that. So I used her handwriting there, which is, it's like a if you know, you know kind of thing.
That's
a little
amazing.
Easter egg.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, super pumped on this. I know I said it already, but huge shout out to Sam, who filmed that promo.
Looks great.
And edited that promo in like 2 days, which is wild.
Yeah,
I've been trying to get that dude in the podcast for so long. It's always been a jest, but we never get the timing right.
Well, he does filming, videography, photography. He's in that world, and he told me, he's like, dude, I can film this promo on Saturday. I'll try to edit it in the next couple of days because I'm leaving to Disney for work. So he literally filmed it, edited it, and then left to work and was like, hey, this is the final. And like, he was also sending me edits and rough cuts just so we could all be on the same page. But he absolutely smashed it, man. And it was a cool concept. And again, tying it back to one and the same inclusivity, it wasn't just skating. We wanted to showcase me on the motorcycle. We wanted to show our friend David. He has a really nice Subaru WRX. And then we also wanted to throw in my buddy Steve, who is doing some skating, but somehow just kind of tying them all together. And if you watch it, it's kind of cool. It's cinematic in the sense where, okay, we got this kind of vintage looking motorcycle chopper guy. He pulls up to the park. If you can see, it's not too colored just yet. Then he passes the shades over to the skater. Now the color turns on. It kind of pumps up the ad a little bit more. He does his line. He comes around. And then when he's done, we have a random guy, or like a villain, you can call him if we want to be dramatic, that comes over and then kind of takes the shades And then we're like, well, who the hell is this guy? And then, it just kind of adds 3 different elements to what would normally be just skating. And then here we're like, wait, where the hell are you going? Those are my shades. And then we have the close-up shot. So it was a really fun project. We wanted to make it different than a lot of more traditional skating kind of promos. And I think Sam did a really good job, especially with the drone shots and all this other stuff. It was really interesting because we got there super early. So I got there at like 6:45 in the morning. And because it was so early, we had all this freedom to do all the drone shots and all that kind of stuff. So
Sweet.
It was really nice, to add that little element, because typically you wouldn't really need a drone shot for skating. You can, but with the motorcycle and then the car, we got some cool drone shots of the car too, but just for time purposes, we didn't put them in. We just kind of did the chase and the follow here.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was a really fun project, and Sam turned it around so quick. So I'm just super grateful that they were willing to collab with me, and it's been received very, very well. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day on the stream, but good B-roll absolutely makes a skate video, in my opinion. And I gotta say, the B-roll in this drone shots are beautiful, but specifically this handoff shot is friggin' gorgeous, dude. He nails that focus. It looks beautiful.
Yeah. Dude, Sam skating and Sam filming and directing are 2 different people. 2
crazy.
Totally different people. Like, I saw another side of Sam that I had never, and I mean that in the best way. Like, he even told me, because I had mentioned to him, I'm like, yeah, man, you can bring your skates and maybe you can get some clips. And he's like, dude, I just want to tell you, when I'm filming, I'm just filming. I'm like, I think it might be too much for me to be trying to skate. And I'm like, totally fair. Yep. And I'm glad he said that, because he really had it on. And then he also brought his friend Danny, who was doing some behind the scenes photography and stuff. And he's the one that actually shot some of the close-up promo stuff. So it was really, really nice to have them together. They work really, really well together. So it was really fun, man. Sam's a genius. Like, it was his idea.
One of the reasons why I want him on. Like, people cannot talk enough about this guy, and I think I've seen so many projects with him. When you mentioned that the way he works, one day he saw me coming up to this gathering, and I was pumped because they just came out with the glasses, and Phil have given me a shirt, and I was like, all right, my skates match everything. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna put this on. I arrived there with the glasses and the movement shirt, and he's like, can we shot something? I haven't put my skates yet. Like, I'm 2 minutes, maybe 2, 3, like a 540, a backslide, like a little fall, like, and a close up of me doing a slack line. It took like maybe 5-10 minutes for him to shot everything, and then I kept skating, and I didn't make anything out of it. And then like a few hours later, like the way he shot it, I was like,
cut out a little bit there.
Sorry, it was so good. Like the way he shot it and put it together so quickly. I was like, wow.
I remember seeing that, and I think I saw you like a day or 2 later, or at some type of event, and I was like, yo, you look great on camera with the movement glasses. It was like, amazing. Wow. It was so good.
Like a legit machine, like and the way he's doing all of these things, that people don't know about, like the health stuff that he's doing, the film stuff that he's doing, the movement crew, the last try, like all of these things that he's been involved in that are amazing stuff. Like,
yep.
I want to talk about him. I want to like dive into his brain, like.
Yeah. I'm glad that you brought that up, because that last try series was amazing, man. I was hoping to talk about that today, if we could. That was one of the.
Yes, please do.
Yeah. I mean, collaborating with Sam. I mean, a great segue just to talk about collaborating with Sam. He had the last try skate series where we kind of went around doing skating competitions, and I say we because he asked me to be the official MC of the event, and I kind of helped him set it up. And we did everything from Jersey City Woodbridge, New Jersey. We went down to Payne Skate Park in Philly. We did a bunch of them, and it was just a really interesting opportunity to work with Sam and just see, like you said, how his brain works and how he puts everything all together. Because he views the world through like a media and marketing kind of lens. So anything that he does or says or takes pictures of is all going to have a purpose, right? So it's always so interesting to see everything come together, especially with the Last Try series, because if you remember, there were a few competitions throughout the year, and then there was the final, right? So it kind of would build up kind of this anticipation of, oh, who's going to be at the final? These people won these competitions. Are they going to be at the final? So it was always really fun to work with him on that. That's one of my favorite projects that I've ever been a part of, because Sam reached out to me in the beginning and was like, hey, I need an MC. I need to know that you're going to be there. Hey, look at that photo.
Hey.
But yeah, it was cool. This was the one that we did at Woodbridge, and we had a bunch of people come out from New York. Obviously, we had some people come up from Philly. It was really cool. It was such a fun event, and we had some people build some boxes too for it. That's a box that they built, and then that's like a PVC box that we put over the metal box just to give us a little bit of coping.
Sweet.
So it was cool. They
shout out to Chino, killing it always.
Oh yeah, of course. But this one was really, really fun.
Wow.
And it's cool because a lot of them were in New Jersey, but once we started really building up the name, or Sam started building up the name of the Last Try series, we started going to other places. And I think that Philly one was amazing because Zach Savage was there killing it. Sean Kelso won that one in Philly. Colin Kelso was there. It was, Jimmy Shuda was there. It was crazy. And it was just, by everything that Sam had done to really build up the Last Try series, it ended up creating a name for itself. So it was so much fun to be part of that.
Yeah, that was a great event, and the Philly one, when you mentioned it, like, beautiful. That was like such an iconic event to me. Just being able to skate with Sean and Jimmy.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, what is happening around me? Like, it was so great. Like, and the way the energy of the event, like you say, the build up of it was so good. It's
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Do you see yourself doing more events nowadays?
So yes, I would love to help collaborate on doing an event. It's just tough for me, and I kind of found this out the hard way, where I was biting off a little bit more than I can chew when I vend and host and MC events.
Yeah, that's too much.
I feel like one suffers, right? Either, and it's usually the vending that suffers, because I'm getting pulled in a lot of directions with MCing, judging, letting everybody know, okay guys, we're moving over to this and this, we're doing this and this heat, listen for your name. That kind of stuff really pulls you in that direction. So sometimes I can't even vend. Like, I'll have people coming up to me like, hey, somebody wants to buy a shirt, and I'm like, I can't right now, I'm in the middle of calling out tricks. Like, I'll be over there when I can.
Yeah.
So it's rough. If I want to help produce or plan or even MC an event, the vending has to take kind of a step. I have to take a step away from vending. I've found that I can't do both, and I can always have like a friend kind of hang out at the booth and whatnot, but I also don't want to do that to them, because I know they want to come and enjoy the event and see the skating. So it's always this kind of ebb and flow. Like, I do miss it. I do miss MCing events. I think it's so much fun. And helping produce events and helping with judging and that kind of stuff. But at this point, I feel very comfortable with the vending, so that's kind of where I'm hanging out. But yeah, I would love to bring something like that back, or even if it's just like a street competition, where we're going to different spots where I won't technically be able to vend because we're moving to different locations. I would love to do something like that, like a New Jersey
Dude,
street competition.
You can bend in the back of my band, and we can have it
Yeah.
set up that every time we stop, we pop it up, and underneath the table, I can have the water. So.
Yeah, the wellness shots, some OATS merch,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Or I'll just sell merch from inside my jacket. I'll just open up my jacket.
Just have the world's widest trench coat with a bunch of different sizes.
Dude, I got a solution for you on that. Just do a collab with Franco for that specific event, and he can run the booth.
Yo, that's true. Shout out Franco, man. Shout out
Shout
Subaru Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Love that guy. He made this shirt.
That's awesome, man. That's my homie. I love that dude.
Yep.
Me too.
One time,
the
not this past Brooklyn Blade comp, but the one before, I literally forgot my table, and he was the first person that jumped into my mind, and I was like, dude, do you have an extra table? He's like, I'm leaving my house in 5, I'll bring it, and he brought me an extra table, and I was just like, man, so clutch. I know.
He's the man.
I know.
He's the man.
He really saved my ass that day. So shout out to Franco, man.
Yeah, shout out Franco.
Shout out. So what do you do besides skating, bro? Like in life?
Oh man, I do some snowboarding. I haven't much in the last couple of years, but I've been snowboarding for the last 10 or 12 years. I love snowboarding. A lot of people don't know this, but I actually work in the wellness space. I do case management for an on-site wellness team. So, and before that, I was doing group fitness and personal training. So for a while, I was doing personal training, and group
How are we
fitness.
not more like together?
Well, for a while, we were doing, me and Emily Roller Chicken, we were doing these skating workshops, right? Where we were teaching, fundamentals of skating, basic grinding, 101, and we were opening it up to inline and quad. And what I would do as part of those workshops was lead everyone with movement prep or warm up. And then when the workshop was done, we would do a cool down and stretch segment. And I would lead both of those segments. And I mean, I've been doing personal training and group fitness since 2017, I want to say.
Wow.
So it's definitely something that I'm passionate about and I really, really like and I want to bring to skating a little bit more. So definitely whenever presented with the opportunity, I know, Meta, you do a lot of stuff like that. We should definitely collaborate on something. But it's like I said, I'm either emceeing or helping to judge or vending. I can't do that as well, even though I would love to. Maybe during like a retreat or something would be fun.
Well, if it's something that you really want to do, we can find a way to do it in a way that is nurturing for you too, and not stressful. Because if not, it doesn't nurture anybody, right?
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to bring the best through that for the people that are going to be there, you have to be nurtured too,
Correct.
Like,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude. Like maybe I'm planning to do my birthday and rap on camp. Maybe you want to come.
We can make that work.
Leak that there for now.
Oh, I like this.
I like that. Yeah. But
all right. So what's your regular self-care then? Like what do you do usually for taking care of you?
All right. So more recently, and by recently I mean in the last year, I've been at least trying to. I need to give myself a little bit of grace here. I'm trying to stretch every morning before I start my day. And for me, this has helped tremendously with, 1, getting started for the day, and 2, just making sure that I'm taking time physically and spiritually to just relax. Because sometimes I wake up, I gotta move my car, I gotta do this, and especially now with the baby, gotta get up, gotta feed the baby, and you kind of forget to take a moment for yourself. So for a very long time, and even now I'm still trying to do it, even though it's a little bit harder with the baby, but not impossible. I like to wake up, even if it's just 15 minutes earlier than I want to, right? If my alarm I'm going to set for 6:30 a.m., I'll just do 6:15. That way I can get up a little bit earlier, take those 10 or 15 minutes to just stretch, and then it helps to kind of ease into my day instead of waking up and immediately jumping in, right? Like getting up, running to the fridge to take out the milk, warm up the milk, this, that, the other. Definitely helps to start my day instead of jumping right in. So that's one thing that I've been trying to do from a self-care standpoint. And then the other one is I'm kind of nursing this knee injury. I have a torn meniscus on my left knee. And as someone who used to work as a physical therapist aide, I've always done at-home PT, like stuff that I know from when I worked as an aide. And I never actually went to see a physical therapist for my knee. And I started about 3 months ago, and my knee feels 10 times better. So in my head, I'm like, why didn't I go sooner? But that's neither here nor there. Self-care, I'm making sure to take the time and try to rehab my knee in the way that I need to. So then that way I can make sure to continue skating. Those are the two big things that I'm doing for my self-care. And I'm trying to keep them at the forefront of my awareness so I can continue to do them.
How often do you skate then?
Not a lot these days. I skate maybe because of my knee. I took almost an entire year off from aggressive skating, and I have my setups here. I hope we can talk about them.
We can.
But I took almost a year off from aggressive skating, where I was just doing big wheel stuff. In that, I was skating probably once a week, once every 2 weeks, just to kind of keep my strength up. But aggressive skating, I haven't been doing much, especially because I just got a new setup. But
let's see it.
This is the setup that I was on. So Aeon 80s with 76 mil mushroom blading wheels, just to give me a little bit more H block. But they're still fun, super cool for cruising. And then, because I had the Intuition liner in here that came up really high, I put a Razor's cuff, which comes up a little bit taller. And this was the setup. Oh my god, I love this setup.
That's your aggressive setup? 72?
No, so this was my like in between. So this is what I was using for about a year, almost 2 years.
Okay.
Because I wanted to still have fun, make it be effortless with the 76 mil wheels. But if I wanted to kind of play a little bit, I could do some grinds or whatnot. But this was like my get around town, cardio, and then when I would go to the skate park, I would still bring this because I had a little bit of flexibility. But this, 10 out of 10 recommend. Even if it's the 72s, I went with the 80s, and then I realized the wheels were a little too big, so I went 76 instead.
Okay.
But 10 out of 10 recommend this.
All right.
This is my current aggressive.
Hey, all right. ACTs, or wait, was that what they are?
ACT, yeah.
Okay. The acts.
And then I got the T-neck frames and T-neck wheels. I've only skated these once or twice so far, just because I want to make sure to take it slow on the knee. But this setup is awesome. I have very wide feet, so this works really well. It's a super, super roomy boot.
Okay.
And it works well with the taller frame too. So this is my current setup. But
Nice.
I do miss the Aeons. I want to use them soon. But this is
Shout
currently
out to T-neck, man. Like, I don't think you can really take it slow when it comes to grinding with those things. They slide so well.
Yeah, they're awesome, man. I love these frames. It kind of reminds me, I know not entirely the same, but even just this kind of angle reminds me just visually of the Able frames.
Mm-hmm.
And man,
wow.
as soon as I saw that, I was like, I need to buy these frames. And I like them because they're very, well, I don't have my Aeon 60 boot, but the H block is very, very similar on the T-neck frame to the Aeon frame, which I really like. And I got used to skating that Aeon, so.
These are the Tree 3D printed frames. He also went for that Able feel, and
Yeah.
he put all the work into these. This is not my groove, but he did give me a pair to skate, and it feels so good. I've been really interested in the T-neck frame since then. But I understand the Able supremacy almost. A lot of people loved that H block. I can understand. I gotta get my hands on a pair of those T-necks.
Very versatile.
10 out of
frame, to
10
be honest.
recommend. And what's nice is they sell the ready to roll setup, and I think it's only $150, and you get wheels, bearings, and the frame for $150. That's why I got these.
Nice.
Because I needed something that I didn't really want to mess around with. I didn't have bearings, so I was like, you know what? Let me just have them take care of it. And yeah, it was $150 for 2 frames ready to roll. Yeah.
Their full skate really isn't even that much more than that either. So like,
Exactly.
yeah,
No,
it's
it's
pretty
$100
cool.
more than that. That's it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've only heard good things, man. Like I've only heard good things about the skates. So, yeah, shout out T-neck.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out T-neck.
definitely they have all the credit, like the product is good and their skating is good. So
Yeah,
Yep.
they're
very
like
fun
they're
skating.
kind of so fun, dude.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
stuff, man.
Let me ask you this, dude. Like now that you mentioned you're being a dad, like now that you're a dad, has your approach to aggressive changed?
Um, yes, and what I mean by that is just being more cautious. Obviously, I have somebody that depends on me now, so I don't think I've been in that mindset for a while where like I'm just trying to get better and get better and do crazier stuff. But I also don't want to get hurt to the point where I can't take care of my daughter. But I think even more so than that, uh, because now I'm viewing my life through that lens, and she's going to experience things for the first time. It's helping me kind of rewrite how I view things and the patterns that I have with skating. So
Awesome.
now that she's going to start learning about skating through my lens, or at least with the guidance of my lens, I want to make sure that I can present it to her in the best light. So what do I want to do to contribute to skating so that when she sees it, she's like, wow, this is amazing. And it's crazy. I'm getting chills as I say it.
Same,
Because,
dude. I feel the same way about my kids, dude.
you want to
Yeah.
make sure that this thing that you have, that you hold near to your heart, that when you present it to her, she's going to feel what you feel about skating, right? And she might not, which is totally fine. Not everyone resonates with inline skating, and that's totally fine. But I want to make sure that I can present it in a way that she's going to be like, I understand why Daddy loves this.
Oh.
And if I can do that, then I'm winning every day. But I definitely, want to rewrite some of those patterns and kind of view it through a new lens where I can kind of think, well, if I was looking at this for the first time like she is, how would I think about this? So if I can do that and just make the skating world a little bit better, then I'm winning, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm winning.
Love that. That's beautiful.
Beautiful, man.
I gotta say one of my favorite things about, I don't know, growing up, just being a human, is perspective shifts. When your perspective is forced to shift. And I think obviously one of the biggest ones is having kids. But lots of things. I absolutely adore everything you just said, but that's one of my favorite things about the rollerblading industry is how many people there are like you and Meta out there and so many others that are just so incredibly aware of... I'm a parent now. I'm an adult now. I have so much more going on than just this. And though this is still so big and so important to us, that perspective shift really shows people's priorities through action. I friggin' love that. So props to both you incredible fathers here for doing that. But love it, guys. That's so beautiful. That's what it's all about.
Thank you, man. Appreciate the kind words. I mean, I'm still figuring it out. Baby's only 2 weeks old, but I appreciate the kind words.
You've got a good head on your shoulders, man. I'm not worried one bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what Noah told me. You will always feel that you're still figuring it out.
Yep.
And the thing is, just the only purpose that we have is just to try, and just as long as we keep trying for them, we're gonna be fully there. Like I think my kids definitely changed my perspective in life and in blading, but I felt like they enhanced the purest parts of me, like now I'm hungrier, now I'm like like you said, like I want to portray blading in a way that when they hear or when they see it, or when they see me with the community doing what we're doing, and when they hear us having these conversations as they grow up, they see that it's not only like we're just playing around with us. It's like there's so much that is being nurtured of our life through this, and the values that we develop from it, and how we go about life through this. Like that, it has all changed for me. So, like, I'm very happy. We had conversations before you had your kid, and when I heard you were pregnant, I was like, oh my god, the world is about to be a little bit better, you know?
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I remember those conversations. It's nice. It's nice that it's finally come true because my wife and I we've been trying for a little while, and you know it was an absolute blessing, and I'm so excited to take on this new chapter. So appreciate the kind words then and the kind words now.
Congrats, bro.
Thanks, man.
Before we change the topic, it's just on the front of my mind because I heard it the other day, but two things. This one I've lived by for a little while now is like you got to give yourself specifically, but also your parents, and yourself as a parent a lot of grace because it is your first time living. It's really easy to think that the person that raised me specifically has it all figured out as you grow up, and then you slowly start to realize no one does. And there's a lot of beauty in that, but something that I think that pairs with this that I just heard recently, I saw a little girl learning to drop in on a skateboard, and the mom was just kind of walking through some tips, and then she says, and what do you do if you're scared? And the girl looks at the camera, she says, do it scared. And I friggin' love that. I'm gonna live my life by that now. It's like, if you're scared, do it scared. And God, it's beautiful. And I think, you guys are, it's nice knowing people like you. It's nice knowing guys like you that really bring that into being a parent. It's friggin' awesome. But congratulations, by the way. I'm glad that you and the family are doing well. It's I love it. I love hearing what Meta has to say too. The world just got a little bit brighter, man. I can only agree based on this conversation.
Thank you. Appreciate the kind words.
Of course.
Truly believe it, and I truly believe that we should do a fast five before.
Before we get too carried away. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. You saw it probably in the document that we sent you earlier. Just try to not think about them. I might segue. I'm sorry if I do, but the purpose is not to segue. All right, ready? Park, street, wizard, or urban?
Right now, urban. It's giving me the most fun. Because it's transitioning between street skating and park skating, and I don't have to do too many tricks. I love cruising around my neighborhood, so urban for right now.
Hybrid, yeah, I love it. Favorite pair of skates of all time?
Ooh, this one I didn't have to think about too much, but it's the Razors Team, the Genesis boot. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's like a light gray and white. It was a Genesis boot with a skin over it. I actually didn't get a chance to go to my storage and get it. My friend Paulo, shout out to my boy Paulo, he found me a brand new pair in my size with the tags still on it.
Wow.
Dude, look, I'm getting chills again. I couldn't believe it, but it's the Razor Team Skate Genesis. It's like a white and gray. Let me see, maybe I can pull it up. Are you trying to look it up?
I'm looking it up right now. I might be able to find it.
I have disagree with any other answer more than this one.
You said it was a skinned one, right?
Yes. Team Genesis.
Just type in that. Actually, honestly,
all right. While he looks for that, favorite trick of all time.
Yo, the meow.
The meow.
top side meow.
Topside meow is probably one of my favorite tricks ever.
Dude, I can't find it either. It was the Team Skate, right?
I have no idea.
You would know, bro.
Razors, Genesis, Team Skate. Topside mistrial. I think that's a trick that I've started doing a lot more because I used to do it and then I stopped doing it. Wow, it's not coming up. That's so crazy. You know what? I'm gonna have to go to the storage and actually find it. Was it the team? I'm pretty sure it was the Team Skate.
It's a relic now.
Yeah, right? Doesn't even come up on Google.
Yeah. Maybe they banned it because it's so bad.
If you know, you know, I guess.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just don't like the Genesis boot at all.
You don't?
No.
Well, the reason I love this boot is because it was the first boot that I bought with my own money from Aggressive Mall.
Okay.
So I had
I refuse to like it. It's so nice,
Yeah.
that story.
I had used my brother's Tarmacs, and then a friend of mine gave me gave me a pair of John Elliott skates, the Colts, and I used those. I ran those into the ground, and when I finally had enough money, I remember I told my mom to call Aggressive Mall. We placed an order for those skates. Wow, they're really not coming up, huh?
No, yeah, I don't see him anywhere.
I don't feel as guilty as I usually feel during this segment. All right. Favorite skating video ever? Maybe we can pull that one up.
Oof, this is easy. I don't even have to think about this. Killer Boots.
Oh,
Killer
wow,
Boots.
bravo.
When I first got into skating or inline, aggressive inline skating, Killer Boots, shout out to my boy Chris Luna. We would go to his house every single day after school and watch that video from beginning to end and then go skate. And he had a, yes!
Oh, okay.
Shout out Shawn
Yes.
Michelson. He's the blading encyclopedia. He knew exactly what they were.
Yes, those. I have a pair. I'm gonna tag it.
Withdraw all
I have
my
a pair of
comments about
those
this.
brand new. Oh my god! I remember I got them because there was a skate video that was out, a Razors video, and Aragon was skating these at the time, and I was like, I need those skates. I need those skates, and these were the first pair of aggressive skates that I ever bought with my own money.
I like them.
I withdraw my answer. I withdraw my comment about this.
I get
They're
heavy.
sick, right?
Nice.
I get heavy Deshi vibes from these.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
You know
Exactly.
what's crazy is, I think these came out right when those white halfy rims came out, or like in that same. So they kind of did it to play off of that with the white skin.
Yeah.
And I just love these so much more because it was still hard boot, but it had a little bit of protection on it. But yes, those are the ones. I have them somewhere in my storage, brand new, with the tag still on the liner, man. So crazy.
Redemption.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's actually a very beautiful skate, to be honest.
Yeah. Shout out to my buddy Paulo, man. He gifted those to me a long time ago. He was actually moving, and he's like, "Dude, I have too many skates. I want you to have these." And I was like, "Thank you."
That's a good
It's
friend
like
right there.
Deshi and the Eric Shrine skate
Yeah,
had a baby.
Here's that halfy.
yeah. The
I
white
had
hat.
that skate.
Yeah.
you
But he's
had
talking
the-
about the white halfy. I had this.
Yeah,
I
the
had
white.
this. Yeah, I had the white halfy.
But
Okay.
yeah, man,
That's
these
beautiful
skates, I
skate.
love them. And they're my size. I kind of wish they weren't my size because I want to skate them, but I won't. I won't. I need to preserve them.
Yeah.
All right.
It's you might crack them.
Last one.
Last one.
Craziest
yeah.
blading story of all
Oh.
time.
I had to think about this because I don't know if I have a crazy story, but I have one that's kind of funny, and hopefully you can think that it's kind of crazy. But me and my buddy Paulo, who I just mentioned, gave me those skates. He used to work for JetBlue, and it's crazy because there's a lot of layers to this story. He put me down as his partner so I could fly with him for free. And one day, we flew from New Jersey, Newark Airport, to Boston for the day just to skate.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
cool.
I know, it was crazy because it was free. So we got to Newark. It was free. We got to Newark Airport at like 7:30 in the morning. We get on the flight. We touch down because the flight's only like 45 minutes. We touch down and we're out of the airport by like 9:30, 10 o'clock. We take an Uber to Thorough Skate Shop. I don't know if you guys know
Yep.
Gabe.
Yes.
He runs Thorough
Shout
Skate
out.
Shop. Yeah, shout out to Gabe. Shout out to Thorough. We get there and we're like, dude, we're here for the day. We just want to skate. We got to catch our flight back home. And I think the flight home was like at 8 p.m. He's like, what? And I'm like, he works for JetBlue. It's free. We just want to skate. So Gabe, shout out to Gabe, he gave us a list of a bunch of different street spots. So they're in Jamaica. It's called Jamaica Plains. There are these black rails. They're called perfect rails.
Yeah.
And so we went there. We found another school that had a perfect sea ledge. We then went to this strip that's called Ash. No, God, I can't remember the strip. But it's like a strip with like a bunch of places to eat, food, shopping. And then at like 6:30, we're like, well, I guess we'll go home. So we went back to the airport and we caught the flight back to Newark, New Jersey. But it was so crazy that we went on a skate trip for the day.
On a
We flew to
friggin'
Boston.
plane. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
That's
that.
so cool.
it
That
was,
is
it
a
was,
cool story.
it's maybe not the craziest thing that
It's pretty
happened to us,
crazy.
but it was probably one of the best skate trips. And like my buddy Paulo, man, shout out to him. He had me as his partner for like 3 or 4 years. So we went to California like 4 times. We went to
Wow.
Vegas. Yeah,
Oh, that's
it was so
cool.
sick. We went to our first Blading Cup together. I think it was in 2015 because of the buddy pass that he had. So, but yeah, that day trip to Boston was probably my craziest trip because we got to skate, we got to enjoy Boston, and we did it all flying there, which is
Mm-hmm.
wild.
In a day. Yeah,
It's a
that's
very
awesome.
productive partnership.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say that's taking Blader husbandship to the next level, but I call my
Right?
my local Blader friend my Blader husband because we get together, all we talk about is skates, all we do is skate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's next
Beautiful.
level. That's amazing.
Shout out to
Jealous.
my Blader husband Paulo.
There
Love
you go.
that.
So is there anybody that you think people should know more about? Like, is him that person, or is there anybody that you want to give
Um,
a spotlight to?
so if I could give a spotlight to a few people, it would be first and foremost my buddy Santiago. Santiago is an absolute ripper. He's been skating for so many years, and God bless him.
Santiago Aspurua?
No, not no.
Oh.
I wish I knew him. No, my buddy Santiago Ramos. You can find him on Instagram at Santi Pantalones. he's one of my day one supporters. He's always rocking some Oats merch. He's like my brother, dude, and he's getting so good at skating even now. Like it's just so amazing to see him progress as much as he's been progressing. Yeah, look, he rocking Oats merch all the time, dude.
There
I
you
filmed
go.
these clips of him the other day. Check out these clips, dude. First of all, and I gotta say, he sprained his ankle right before these clips, and he
Oh,
still
wow.
managed to get all of this stuff. It's the weirdest
Wow.
thing. He was like, "Dude, my ankle hurts. My ankle hurts," and I'm like, "All right." Well, he's like, "If I take off my skate, it's gonna swell," and he ended up getting all these tricks before his ankle actually got swollen.
Oh
But
man.
this guy's been a day one Oats supporter. Like any merch he does. Oh, check this out, dude. Check this out. What an animal! What an animal!
Chilling.
Crazy.
I know, crazy. This is
Chileando de verdad.
a promo that he did at Hoboken Skate Park. I think they remodeled it, and he was wearing some Oats merch there. But yeah, dude, this guy's an absolute ripper. Always a good time. He's getting so good at skating. Every day that I skate with him, he's got new tricks. So shout out to him. And then the other person that I really wanted to shout out, another day one supporter of mine, is Andy Feliciano. Crack Kills.
Shout out to Crack Kills.
Yo, Andy has literally seen me since I started skating, and now is still at the top of his game. He is an unbelievable skater, unbelievable person. He's, like I said, he's been supporting me since day one. That first picture, the first promo shot that I ever took of any Oats merch is him. And I remember because I started the page and I put out the image, and he messaged me. He's like, "Dude, this is you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I started this new thing." He's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Give me 2 shirts right now." And I was just like, "Oh shit!" Like any shirt, anything that I come out with, he's always quick to shoot me a message and support. And dude, like I said, this is one of the guys that I grew up skating and looking up to, and even now he's still progressing, getting better. This guy is a hometown hero for me, dude. So shout out to Andy, shout out to Santiago. Those are my 2 brothers, and I just wanted to shout them out and give them a little bit of a spotlight. So I appreciate the
Yeah.
opportunity.
Good stuff. Andy just won the DC Street Comp, right?
I think so, or he placed. I don't remember if
I think
if
he won.
Oh, then yeah, that doesn't.
I think
surprise
Cody
me at all.
Forrester got second. I forget who got third, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Shout-
shout out Andy.
Shout
Yeah,
out
I
Andy.
mean, he
shout out
killed it,
Santiago. Yeah.
Shout out. Shout out. I love the love. Thank you so much for all you do, bro.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for doing this. How can people support what you do, man?
Hey, if you want to support me, just come out to the events. You know, even if I'm not vending at an event, but I'm promoting the event, just come out. That's really where you can support everyone and not just me. But if I am vending, just come and talk to me. Like I love connecting with people. Even if you don't buy any merch, that's totally fine. I just want to connect with people and just create an environment again that we can be proud to present to the rest of the world, right? So if you come out, you say hello, hey, I've been checking you out on Instagram. It's nice to meet you. Oh, awesome. Come, I'll give you a hug, whatever. As long as we're out there, we're all supporting each other. That's the only thing I can ask for, And whether or not you buy merch, totally fine. The merch is going to sell. That's how I look at it, Anyone who wants to buy the merch is going to buy the merch. Just come and hang out. That's all we need to do, because when we create that atmosphere, we create that community, then everybody's going to be supported, right? Whether it's the people that are putting on the competitions, the other vendors, or just anyone who's there and just interested, They'll be like, oh, what is this? What's going on here? Anytime someone who's new to inline skating can come into that kind of situation and that atmosphere and feel like there's a genuine presence there, then we're all winning. So just come out to the events. That's all I ask.
Love it.
Facts.
Good stuff.
Love like the OATS is coming through all the time. It's like a one universal mindset that you use.
Absolutely.
One and the same.
To approach at life. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank
Good
you so much
stuff.
for doing this again, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys so much for providing
course,
a platform and giving me an opportunity to talk. I love talking.
We love hearing you talk. You got a lot of great things to say. Everything that we talked about today is going to be linked down in the description. If you want to support Andres here, you can do that by going to his Instagram or to their website. I have pinned both of those in the chat as well as the description. You can support movement. Yeah, get yourself some movement skates. Remember, it's very important to get that fiber, so eat your oats. Pick up a shirt from One and the Same. And make sure that you do everything you can to get out to the next skating event, no matter what it is, big or small. Be there, bring your loved ones, and help expand the community so that we can all be better. Thank you so much for being here, Andres. It means a lot. This was a great conversation. Again, congratulations to you and your wife for the new addition. Super excited to hear that.
Thank you.
And if you're looking for any way to support, make sure you follow all those links in the description. And stay tuned for the next religion stream and all that. And then, of course, support Feet and Four Wheels and Get Rolling, sponsors of the stream here today. So thanks, everybody, for being here. We're going to close it out.
Thank you.
We're just going to end the stream here, and then we can hop off in just a second, my friend, all right? Okay, everybody. Thanks for being here, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you, guys. Much love.